Hello, I'm Yutaka Watanabe, a tax accountant. Welcome to the channel. Tax Accountant Nabe solves your money problem. Today, I'll be discussing what kind of companies are suitable for small-scale M&A. Have you ever thought about what kind of company someone would want to buy if you were to sell your business? In fact, from a buyer's perspective, there is something like a common recipe that makes a company attractive. Today, we will take a closer look at small-scale M&A and break it down step by step. Let me start with a very important question, one that might make you feel a bit uncomfortable. Do you think a buyer would truly want to acquire your company? This is a critical question that every business owner should ask themselves at least once. While profit is certainly important, buyers are not looking at numbers alone. In fact, they are checking whether all the key elements are in place. Sometimes even more important than profit itself. So today, let's go through the special recipe of a sellable company together. First, ingredient, a system-driven business. This is like the spice that determines the overall flavor. What does this mean? It means the company does not rely solely on the owner's abilities, but operates based on well-established system. For example, having standardized process for sales, staff training, and customer service, documented in manual so that anyone can replicate them. That is the image of a system-driven company. When you compare this with a company that depends entirely on the owner, the difference becomes very clear. In a highly owner-dependent business, all the company's value is concentrated in one person. If that person leaves, the value can drop significantly. On the other hand, a company that runs on systems has its value embedded in the organization itself. It is obvious which one buyers prefer. Now, let's move to the second ingredient, a self-driven team. This is extremely important. From a buyer's perspective, having a team that continues to operate smoothly, even after ownership changes, is an incredibly valuable asset. So, how do you build such a team? There are two key steps. Step 1. Clearly define the roles of each staff member. Step 2. Allow employees to think independently and make decisions within their defined rules. When these two elements are in place, the business can run without constant instructions from the owner. Finally, the third ingredient, a stable customer base. This is one of the strongest indicators that the business will continue in the future. The key word is stability. Buyers are not just interested in a long customer list. They place much more value on customers who have maintained long-term relationship with the company. Why? because it provides assurance that revenue will not suddenly drop to zero after the acquisition. In other words, it proves that the business is a safe investment. The phrase says it all. Even if ownership changes, revenue is likely to be maintained and the company will be highly valued by buyers. A stable customer base may not always be visible, but it is one of the most reliable assets a company can have. Now, let's summarize. The key ingredients are: first, a system-driven business; second, a self-sustaining team; third, a stable, long-term customer base. When these three elements are in place, your company becomes a highly attractive investment, one whose value does not depend on the owner. Ultimately, what buyers want is simple: a business that continues to maintain and even grow its value after the founder leaves. These three elements are essential proof of that sustainability. So, starting today, take a moment to evaluate whether your company meets these criteria. Let me leave you with one final question. Can your company continue to shine even without you? The answer to this question may reveal the true value of your business. Today's topic was what kind of companies are suitable for small-scale M&A. For more information on small-scale M&A, please visit the website Yutaka Watanabe Tax Accountant Office. We will continue to share content on financial topics, so please subscribe to Tax Accountant Nabe Solves Your Money Problems.